Other questions? Let's go then to a commentary. This commentary on the Gospel of John by Raymond Brown. Now, in general, when you're doing a publication place, often in many cases you don't need to state. However, Garden City is one of those places where not a lot of people would necessarily know. So it might be useful to put the state in there. In this case, when you actually write the notes, you wouldn't need the period. It would just be like a regular postal code and why. So what would the footnote of this look like? So take a couple minutes and work on that. You're wanting to cite page 300. All right, so what would you start off with for a footnote? All right, yeah. So just about, it doesn't really matter whether it's a book, a journal article, a commentary, author, and the footnote author is what is going to predominate. It's only very rarely that you will start off with something different. Usually, if you can't discover the author, right? If the author is unknown, that's predominantly when you would start with something else. So, count on the author. For a footnote, of course, we put the name in the first name, last name order, followed by a comma. What comes next? All right, commentary title. Again, remember, you want to get the title exactly because you could have a commentary that says the Gospel of John. Some commentary series is just John. In this case, the Gospel according to John, including introduction, translation, and notes. How would you format the title? All right. Journal articles are in quotation marks. Book titles, commentary titles are in italics or underline. What comes next? All right, so in parentheses, the abbreviation of the commentary series, in this case AV for Anchor Bible, followed by the volume number. This is 29. You don't need the word volume. And then the abbreviation in this case is regular font. It is not italicized. So parentheses, AV 29, semicolon, what information comes next? All right, so the city, the place of publication, Garden City, colon, the publisher, Doubleday, comma, the year of publication, 1966, end our parentheses, and then what comes next. All right, the page. So the end parentheses, comma, the page number, followed by a period. Now, if this were an electronic book, you got it from the library, electronic book that is page to page, right? Page 300 is the same in electronic version as it would be in print version. What do you have to do to demonstrate that you use the electronic version? If it's page to page, you don't need anything. It should look the same whether you use the print or the electronic. So the ultimate citation should look like this. Again, that indentation of the first line, italicized title, but the Roman font of the commentary series. So what would I do to make this into a bibliographic citation? All right, so I'm changing the name of the author. I'm not changing the order of the name of the author. So last name, first name. Again, I'm going to alphabetize in my bibliography by that last name. Now you leave the title in italics. Right? It's the journal article titles that are in quotation. Books, commentaries stay in italics. So Brown, comma, Reagan, E, period. The Gospel according to John, introduction, translation, and notes, period. What comes next? Okay. Do I keep it in parentheses? All right. No. And so Gospel according to John, introduction, translation, and notes, period. Anchor Bible, so just AD, 29, period. Garden City, New York, AA, comma 1966, period. Do I need the pages I've cited in the bibliography? Well, in this case, you wouldn't need to write any pages at all, right? And so you don't use it. The idea is that you use the entire book, or it's a book, so the footnote information about the page is in the footnote. So just some slight differences. If you get the footnote down, right, if you have everything in the footnote, when you go to make the bibliography, you just have to switch some things around, replace some punctuation. But you have all that information. It's just a matter of putting it in the right format. And as well, remembering the indentation and kind of a parallel. What was indented is out to the margin. What was out to the margin is indented. Less questions or comments? All right, so remember, argument analysis assignment due tomorrow. Presentations Monday and Wednesday of next week. The final paper due a week from the research paper a week from tomorrow. The study guide's up on Blackboard, and the ministry reflection paper is due coming up at I guess it's December 1st, I think, or yeah, 1st.
Do you need to put note in, or just to...
I don't believe you. Let me double check to make sure. I don't think you need to footnote anything for that. I think I'm just looking for you to talk about the argument and the evidence. Oh yes, you do need the full bibliographic citation. All right. So once you find those articles, you should be able to find those through the APLA religious database. And so not only do you want to talk about the argument of each article, as well as the evidence the author uses, you also want to give the bibliographic citation. Other questions?
Are you going to go over like how to like if there's like a title page or like how to number each page and stuff?
We can talk about that. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. You don't need a title page for this paper, and then if you put the numbers at the bottom of the page, that's fine. Any other questions about any of the assignments coming up? All right, if not, see you on Monday. If you have any questions, those of you that are going on Monday, please feel free to get in contact with me.